Hi everyone, Colin Woolway here. Pleased to be introducing drum lessons here on Rhythm Magazine. Today we're going to look at the concept of 3 notes over 2. And of course this is known in common parlance as 3 over 2. Some people find this daunting and perplexing. It's really quite easy. And what I'm going to do first of all is demonstrate playing 3 notes on my right hand in the same space as I'm playing 2 notes on my left hand. Now, also, before we go any further, this is the way that I teach the concept of triplets. So if my left hand is playing 2 eighth notes in the same space, my right hand is playing 3 eighth note triplets. The left hand could be quarter notes, in which case these would be quarter note triplets, or they could be 16th notes, in which case these would be 16th note triplets, but the formula is constant and true all the time. It's 3 in the space of 2. So I'm going to play 2 on my left hand and 3 on my right in the same space. Now this is how I'm going to divide it up and show it to you. With my hi-hat, I'm going to play 6 notes. And if you look at the music in the magazine, you will see that every one of those 6 notes has something allocated to it. In other words, the first note has both hands together, the second note is a rest, and then it goes right, left, right on 3, 4, 5, and then the 6th note is a rest. So let's just have a look at that. So I'm going. Okay, let's try that a bit quicker. So you're starting to hear a downbeat with both hands coming down together. So if I take the hi-hat away, you'll hear a rhythm. Both right, left, right, both right, left, right. And that's the way to break it down, and you'll find that you get a feeling of 3 against 2. So that's the first example. Now to explore this a bit further, we'll move on to example 2, but you must make sure you've got that right first. And if you're confused, go back to the beginning and do the 6 hi-hat note thing and assign a stroke or a rest to each one of those notes. Look in the magazine, it's written out very clearly. Okay. So for example 2, it's time we split the hands up so you get a very good feeling of 2 on one hand and 3 on the other in the same space. Now, if you like, you can go back and do the 6 hi-hat note thing. So we could go. Or if you've got the feel for it from example 1, then we're going both right, left, right, both right, left, right, and you're getting 3 on the cymbal in the same space as you're getting 2 on the snare drum. So I remember being very excited when I first discovered this to get the feeling of playing my first ever kind of polyrhythm, where I've got 3 on the snare drum and 2 on the high tom, for example. That sort of thing. Okay, so have a feel around the drum set, try different ideas. Don't forget to try it the other way round as well. So both left, right, left, both left, right, left. So you're playing 3 on the left and 2 on the right. And if you really want to test yourself, you can switch backwards and forwards. Example 3, let's see if we can get a bit of a groove going. So what I'm going to do is play 3 against 2 over the bass drum. So I'm going to play 3 on the hi-hat with my right hand and 2 with my bass drum. Now the formula is the same. So if my bass drum takes the place of the left hand in example 1, then I get both right bass right. And I'm going to add the snare drum as a backbeat to the second bass drum note every time. So you can get a feeling of a groove straight away with a slightly odd thing going over the top. Let's speed that up a bit. Okay, so you can see the possibilities there coming out. It doesn't have to be just a clever technical thing to do. It's a pretty cool thing to be able to use around the kit. Okay, so far so good. Now here's a little practice challenge for you. This is what we call a dynamic study. I like to think of it as using your limbs as faders on a mixing desk. And in this case, we're going to have a right hand fader and a left hand fader. What I'm going to do is play 3 against 2 with the 3 on the floor tom and the 2 on the snare drum, and I'm going to change the dynamic level for each limb. This is a very good independence exercise, or coordination exercise if you like. So I'll start off with both level, and then I'll mute the left hand and bring the right hand up, and then I'll mute the right hand and bring the left hand up. Okay, good dynamic exercise. You could try that with all kinds of things actually, but there you go, that's 3 over 2, and that's your entry-level lesson.